Okay, as promised in this clip, hey, how you doing? As promised in this clip, I'm going to quickly show you through a playlist that I've put together for our blab, which goes out on Friday night. We're going to have different blabs on Friday night around a range of topics, but we get to about, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning UK time, and it turns into a bit of a dance party with a live audio stream and just basically takes the edge off the week, and we get into having a bit of a drink and just generally having a laugh and enjoying a virtual party as if we were all together, because we're all spread out across the world. So here's a little I'm going to jump it back onto what you call it. I'm just going to bring up the actual music playlist here and jump back onto me. So let me shrink down the wirecast window and show you this playlist that I have down the bottom here. Now, what I've got here is a number of different videos that are lined up. I've also got a little breakout that happens for 3 seconds in between each clip. Now, if I click on the first one of these, it will start running and play out. I don't think it will play the audio though, so it might lose my audio though, because I don't think I've got the mic on it. So I'll quickly show you what happens when I start a track. But after that track's finished, what happens, it will move on to the next one, and I've put a 3-second little intro or outro, whichever way you look at it, between each one. So here I've got, it says at the bottom, duration 20 minutes. I know that this playlist, I can leave it unattended for 20 minutes and it'll run in my blab window while other people are sort of having conversations. It's probably a good idea as well with these videos that you really bring down the audio level on each one, because these videos are not normalized, so the audio is going to be different for each one. So you can be listening to one and then you get a little bit of a pause while you do a bit of promotion. I'll show you what promotion looks like. Let's just run, see if I can run that separately. Can I run that separately? Maybe if I just queue that up. 1 second, I think I might have to be actually running the whole thing. Right, let me just run it for a second. And you saw there quickly that I had a little video playing, and then what jumped in was our little intro, and then it would go on to the next one. So these little graphics at the bottom that you see, these are different songs for our different playlist, and then we have a little animation between each one. What this playlist enables you to do, however, which is really, really cool, especially if you're doing live streaming and interviewing and having somebody come in to answer questions or do a Q&A, is that you can run these clips. These could be bios of that person. So for instance, if you were, say you had Gary V on your show, which you'd be incredibly lucky to have, but if you had Gary V on your show, you could line up a number of clips, fire those clips off, Gary could watch them, then could jump back to you and say, so Gary, you know, you said this, this and this, what did you really mean? How has things changed since you said that? And you could have those little animations run all either in one big lump, or you could just literally have them lined up so that you could have questions and answers, and if nobody in the chat was actually talking back to the room and asking questions, that you already had some pre-made questions lined up. And like I said, the other thing to this as well, it's really useful if you need to go away from the computer, if you need to go into one of your back channels. For instance, you might have, I don't know, Path Talk or Messenger or WhatsApp, and have like the team of the interview talent that you've got in front of you, if they're in a back room somewhere and you can message them while not having to deal with the web wirecast interface, it's a really good way of just taking the load off you and keeping people engaged inside of your blab channel while you're dealing with other stuff. So I really like the power of playlists. I haven't completely utilized it to its full potential yet, but you could have a series of playlists. You could have a music playlist, you could have a 1 minute update show where you update the 3 or 4 creatives that are in your group on blab. So you could have a little segment about food, you could have a little segment about podcasting, you could have a little segment about mental health, just calling out various people in our hashtag Team Humble team, which then make up content for the show. I think a lot of people just get together in a room on blab and various web chat software and just expect things to be awesome, and you really do need to have kind of a loose structure behind the scenes of how that show's going to work together. That's kind of all I wanted to say about playlists. Really, really powerful. I know I've really only touched over it a little bit, but if you drop in on Friday nights, you can find out how we use the playlists to full effect. I'll see you in the next clip.